Well, today I just happened to be in the London store for some other business, and what turned up but the new Selmer Signature Tenor model. And it's a very exciting moment in history because it's not often that Selmer release new models, so I'm very excited to take a look and see what this is all about. Okay, here's the box. Let's take a look inside. And what a beautiful case it is. Immediately I can see this is the same case that we actually get with the Supreme, which is a lovely premium quality case. The only slight difference is this front section here is black on this new Signature, whereas on the Supreme it's blue colored. Okay, let's take a look inside. Aha! So immediately, just like with the Supreme above it, we have this lovely microfiber style dust cloth, and on it we have a rather lovely piece of design work that I think is going to be quite reminiscent of the engraving that we're about to see on the saxophone. So let's fold it up and put that aside. The saxophone itself has this lovely look to the lacquer, a nice deep golden hue going on there. And immediately I can see classy features like this metal end cap on the top there. Love the look of that. As we rotate the saxophone around, we can see this very special new engraving that Selma have adopted in the Art Deco style. So what we have with the Signature is this new model sits in the middle of the new Selma range. So many years ago we have the Axos range that was introduced, and this is now the entry-level Selma model. We now of course have the new Signature, and above it we have the new Supreme, which was released in the last year or so. The exciting thing about this release from Selma is that they have actually designed it such that alto and tenors are launching at the same time. So rather than just going straight in with the altos, having to wait a year or so and then wait for the tenors to come, we've got altos and tenors coming together, which is wonderful. And the basic concept is that there's a slight differential between the approach to the tenor to the alto. So with the tenor, I'll talk about it right now because I have a tenor in front of me. Selma are taking the concept of the Series 3, the well-loved Series 3, and they are developing it further and making improvements to it. And they are also taking some of the new design innovations that they applied to the Supreme range and applying it to this Signature model. So if you like, we're sort of getting the best of both worlds. The wonderful features and all the qualities that we had with the Series 3 before, which is a well-loved model by many sax players around the world for many years, and then applying these new innovations, as I say. And how this differentiates from the alto is that with the alto version, they are taking the Series 2 model and dressing this model up a little bit, and again taking these innovations from the Supreme and applying it to that model. So one of the things that they are doing with the Signature Tenor is that they have changed the diameter and made it slightly wider here at this neck receiver point, which will obviously have an acoustic effect on the whole thing. But beyond that, as I say, all of these innovations that we've mentioned over recent years with the Supreme have been applied to this instrument. So the ergonomic advantages of the Supreme, it's going to feel exactly the same, really, on this new Signature model. And you can see this is nickel silver. This section here is Selma are putting a lot of emphasis on this point here. They call it a 3-point concentric clamp. And if you actually take the neck off and look inside this section here, you can actually see a sort of 3-way section there that basically evenly tightens up when you tighten this neck tightening screw. So you know that you're getting an even pressure on the neck as you put that into place. And this is such an important area of the saxophone. I think Selma paid particular attention to this area. So today, really, this is just about my first impression of the Signature Tenor, and in the weeks to come we're going to do much more detailed video content where I'll perhaps compare the Signature to some of the other Selmer models, whether it's the Supreme or perhaps the Series 2 or Series 3, or whatever seems relevant. But for the time being, I'm just going to have a little play on it, give you my first thoughts, and just enjoy the moment, really. Well, actually, this has been my second blast on this instrument because, to tell you the truth, a couple of months ago or so, Jamie and I went on a trip to the Selma factory where we did some video work, and I was fortunate enough to have a quick go on this instrument. I remember absolutely loving it at the time, and equally just now having a blow on it. I think it's got that typical very smooth and sophisticated Selma sound, very responsive and even throughout the scale, all the things you'd expect with a Selmer Paris instrument. But as I say, follow our channel in the weeks to come because I will do a more detailed analysis on this instrument in the coming weeks.